Let's talk availability and listen up because this one might be a little bit different than other tools that you've used in the past. So, the availability section in Paperbell is a calendar format, but this is not the calendar that you're going to use to manage your day-to-day appointments. That's still your Google Calendar because Paperbell integrates with your Google Calendar. So what you see in availability in Paperbell is not your appointments, is not what you're doing every day. These are the blocks of time that you have decided that clients can book with you. So that's why it doesn't say calendar, it says availability, because this is your availability for clients when they're booking with Paperbell. This is what they're going to see. So when clients buy a package from you and then they go to book it, they're using this booking tool. And these times that they see available are based on your availability within Paperbell. By the way, this is in your time zone. This is in their time zone. We do all that for you, so you don't have to worry about talking about time zones ever again. It's great. So what I'm doing here in Paperbell is I'm telling Paperbell when I want to be available to work with clients, but not on a day-to-day basis. So I'm not saying, okay, what am I doing on the first? What am I doing on the second? What am I doing on the third? When do I have time to work with clients? No, that's not what you're doing here. You are time blocking your schedule. So this might be a new thing for you. Maybe before you have always handled client work on a kind of case-by-case, day-by-day basis. We're giving you a more efficient workflow here where you're going to think about, okay, what days do I want to have set aside for my client work? Do I want to work with clients in the mornings or the afternoons? You can even do, some people like to do alternating weeks. It's called A-B weeks, where you have 1 week where you're doing all of your client calls, all your client work, and maybe the other week you're promoting your business, doing your business admin work, stuff like that. You can make all that happen within Paperbell. So let's talk about how that works. So when you're creating new here, you're creating a new availability time slot. So right now I have in Paperbell that I'm working from 9 to 2:30 on Mondays and Tuesdays. And I want to add on Fridays as well. I want to be available Friday afternoons after I have my lunch. So let's start that at 1:30 and end it at 5. And I want to repeat that every Friday. Now, here's where you can do A-B weeks. So if you choose every 2 weeks, this will repeat every other Friday. You can also go nuts here. You can repeat every 8 weeks, 9. I have no idea why you would do that, but if you want to, you can. Most people are just going to be repeating every week. So now I've created this availability starting here. Every Friday, I'm going to be available to work with clients from 1:30 to 5. That is going to automatically show up here for my clients as well. As soon as I update it, then they have the Friday time slots available as well for them. Now, what about if you have a conflicting appointment in Google Calendar? How does that work? Well, you sync your Google Calendar with Paperbell, and Paperbell does not let people book anytime you have an appointment here, even if it conflicts with what you've told Paperbell. So let's say that usually you want to work with clients Mondays from 9 to 2:30. As you can see, every Monday, 9 to 2:30. But this Monday, you have school orientation. You have to go to your kid's school from 9 to 10 a.m. Because you have that on your Google Calendar, Paperbell sees it automatically and would remove that time from your clients right here. So on that day, your clients would not see 9 a.m. available because it's blocked off from Paperbell. So that's why this is not your day-to-day calendar. This is your day-to-day calendar. This is your Google Calendar. This is where you put all of your appointments, your yoga class, your lunches, your client calls, whatever it is, you're going to put that in your Google Calendar. You do not need to, and you should not put that in Paperbell. Paperbell, you're just telling, again, these larger time slots for your availability. So if you need to, let's say that you are going on vacation. So maybe that wouldn't normally show up because you're not going to, put appointments like at 9 a.m. I'm going to the beach and then at 10 a.m. I'm going to the buffet, right? But you don't want to have that available in Paperbell. What you do is create an all-day appointment in Google Calendar. So if you're going to be off for an entire week, You can just create these all-day appointments, choose all day in Google Calendar, and you can have it go for the whole time you're going to be off. Now this will be blocked off. In Paperbell, your clients would not be able to book when you're going to be off work all day. You can also make individual changes for individual days if you need to. So if you just want to go inside Paperbell and you want to say on the 23rd, I just want to remove that time slot, you can remove just that one time slot because it's a repeating event. So you've seen this kind of language in Google Calendar before. This is a repeating event, but I don't want to delete all the repeating events. I just want to say, nope, don't book me on the 23rd. So I'm going to choose just this event. Okay. And then save that. And now on the 23rd, wherever that was, right here, you can see I'm still available the Tuesday before, the Tuesday after, but on the 23rd, I'm not available. Okay, now let's talk about all of your calendar settings. So if you click here and go to Edit Settings, you'll see some more detail level cool stuff that Paperbell does to make sure that you're getting booked exactly as you want to. So the first one is your appointment gap. So because clients are booking themselves here, you might end up with one client booked at 10 a.m. and then another one booked right after it at 11 a.m. with no break in between. Adding an appointment gap solves that problem. So you tell Paperbell, I always want 10 minutes after my appointments, and Paperbell will make sure that you can't be scheduled back to back. There'll always be that 10-minute gap, and you can change that to whatever you like if you want it to be shorter or longer. Appointment notice. This solves the problem of clients booking an appointment 5 minutes before you see it, right? I don't want to be having lunch and then all of a sudden I get an alert, or maybe I don't get an alert, maybe I miss it, that in 15 minutes in the middle of my lunch, my client has booked an appointment. So probably everyone at minimum wants to do 1 day's notice to make sure that you have at least 24 hours before the client appointment, but you can also change that to anything up to 7 days. You can make sure that there has to be a whole week from now until when the client books. Okay, future limit. This is put in place to make sure that clients can't book you a year from now, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to have appointments on my calendar for way in the future. I want to be able to book my vacations or whatever I want to do. So this is where you can choose how far out clients can book. So a lot of people like to do maybe about 6 months, maybe 9 months, maybe you want to do a whole year, whatever it is for you. But this shows you how far in the future your clients can book. If you had it for much less, if you had it for only 1 month or 2 months, your client would only be able to book for the next 30 days. So that might be a little short, but if that's what you want to do, you can do that. And down here are your settings for your Google Calendar. So you can see I've connected my Google Calendar here. And these are the calendars that Paperbell is going to sync. So that means these are any appointment in this calendar. Paperbell will not let your clients book during that appointment time. So some people have more than one calendar. Maybe you have your work calendar and maybe you have another one that you use for your kids' sporting events, and you don't want clients to be able to book then because you're going to be at the baseball game. So you would also check that. You would also sync that to make sure that people cannot book while you're going to be at the baseball game. But you might have some other calendars that you don't want to sync. Maybe you have your partner's calendar in here so you can see their calendar on your Google Calendar, but you're fine booking your client appointments during their appointments, right? That's not a problem. So you would not check that one. I don't need to check holidays in the United Kingdom because I'm fine having clients book during holidays in the United Kingdom. If you want to have those blocked off, you could go ahead and check that. And your published calendar is where the appointments will show up from Paperbell. So this one is a Paperbell appointment. A client went into Paperbell, booked this time, and Paperbell automatically added it to my calendar for me with all the meeting attendees and all the information that you need to know. So whatever calendar you choose here is the calendar that Paperbell will automatically make those appointments on for you. So you want to choose whatever your main work calendar is, and then you hit Save Changes. So that is the overview of how availability works within Paperbell. Again, you are not going through day by day, managing your day by day calendar here. If you have a lunch meeting on Tuesday, so you don't want people to be able to book, you don't need to go in and modify your availability on that Tuesday. Instead, you just want to make sure that you have that lunch meeting recorded here in Google Calendar. And then Paperbell will take care of the rest automatically.